Okay, so Chewy, can you please text your classmates? Where are they now? Let's start when they arrive. Okay, so again, we're not going to have a final test, right? But where am I going to get your grades? I'm going to get your grades from all the activities that we answered. So if you already answered the activities, please send it in the line group. Because even if you already answered it, but you didn't send it, you're not going to have grades. I'm not going to check anything because your work are not there. So you need to send the activities that we answered so that I can give you grade for the final test. And again, today I am going to give you 20 points for just opening your cameras for the whole period, the whole period of the class, not just 5 seconds and then you're going to turn it off again. So again, I am going to give you 20 points for opening your camera for the whole period of the class. Okay? Whole period of the class, not just 5 seconds and then you're going to turn it off. Whole period. Okay, so last time, what did we talk about? Before we start our class, let me check your attendance first. Okay, Udit, what's your number?
17.
17. Aim, what's your number?
Number 9.
Number 9. Put, what's your number?
Number 10.
Number 10. Chiwik?
Number 3.
Number 3. Bacon?
11.
11. Akira?
12.
12. Guy? What's your number? Number 4. JJ, number 19. Okay, Stang, what's your number?
6 is number 6.
Number 6. And then Pi, what's your number?
7.
Kim?
8.
Number 8. Okay, so again, if you're going to open your cameras for the whole period of our class, I am going to give you 20 points for the test. And again, those students who didn't send their work yet or the activities that we already answered, please send it now because I am going to get your grades already to collect your points, okay? Because we're not going to have any tests. I'm just going to collect the points from the activities that you answered, that we answered. What you need to do is just send your work in the line group. Everyone's already in the line group, right? So just send your work there. Okay, so do you have any questions? Okay, do you want to have a test for science? Yes or no? I need your answer. If you're going to
No.
be if you're going to be quiet, I'm going to give you. How about everyone else? Only AIM doesn't want to test?
No.
Only AIM and Chiwik doesn't want to have a test? Bacon, do you want to have a test?
No.
No. Put.
Yes.
Oh, yes? You want to have a test?
No.
How about Stang?
No, teacher.
Yeah, hello, teacher.
Teacher, I said no, not hello. I said
Okay,
no.
okay. Okay, so before we start our class, I want you guys to get your books and open it to page 38 and continue answering this one.
Finish.
Are you guys finished with this one?
I finished already.
Okay, how about put? Finish? Bacon, are you finished with this?
What page?
38. Okay, you look at your book. For those who didn't have answer, or for those who are not finished, please open your books to page 38 and answer this one first before we continue our topic. Okay, Stang, are you finished with this one? Who did? Guy, are you finished with this? Akira, JJ?
No.
Okay, so answer this one now before we continue our topic. Okay, so again, this is page 38. Complete the chart below to identify the male and the female parts of flowers. So we have the male part for the flower. We have A, this is stamen. And then under stamen, we have filament and anther. Under filament and anther, we have pollen grains. That is the male parts of the flower. And then the female parts of the flower, of course, we have pistil. Under pistil, we have style, stigma, and ovary. And of course, under ovary, we have ovule. Okay, so if you're finished answering, please tell me so that we can move on to the next page. So again, if you're finished, please tell me so we can go to the next page.
Finish.
How about the other students? Are you finished?
Finish.
Okay. Aim, finish.
No.
Okay. How about Guy? Are you finished, Guy?
Yes.
Okay. Akira, finish?
No.
Okay. How about JJ?
No.
Okay. So if you're finished, please tell me so that we can continue.
Teacher, I'm finished.
JJ, finish?
Finish.
Food, finish? Foodit, finish?
Finish.
Okay. Bacon, finish, right?
Yes.
Kim, are you finished? Okay, so let's continue. So last time we talked about sexual reproduction of plants. So today we are going to talk about asexual reproduction, okay? So asexual reproduction, this means you are going to form or make new plants from the cells of a single parent or only one plant. Okay, a single plant. Okay, how are you going to do that? We have three ways. First one is called budding. The second one, fragmentation. And the last one, of course, is spore formation. Okay, so for budding, I want Chiwik to read for teacher. Chiwik, please read.
Yes. Did where?
Budding.
Budget a small bulb, right? Sarah, our girl, covered is for our parent cell that develop into an independent organism. Yes.
Okay, so a budding is a small bulb-like cellular outgrowth called bud. Bud is formed on one parent cell, only one parent, only one plant. From one plant, it's going to develop into another organism. This is what we call yeast. Or the example for budding is yeast. Okay? And then we have another example, which is fragmentation. Fragmentation, can you please read for me, Put? Put, please read for me.
Fragmentation. The adult organism breaks up into two or more pieces called fragments, which go to become a new plant. Algal, Spirogyra, focus.
Okay, so for fragmentation, the adult organism breaks up into or more pieces called fragments. Okay, so for example, this is your plant. Your Dutch mill is your plant. From a Dutch mill, it will break up into 2 or more. It will break up, it will spread 2 or more, which is now called fragments. Okay, the fragments now will become a new plant. Okay, the fragments will become a new plant. The example for this one is your algae. Algae, your Spirogyra or your Fucus. These are the examples for fragmentation. From one parent, it's going to break down to 2 or more pieces. Okay, and the next one, the last example for asexual reproduction is spore formation. So in spore formation, the parent plant produces small cells, microscopic single or multi-celled spherical bodies, which will become new plants during favorable condition. When you say favorable condition, these are the conditions or the weathers that are not too hot, not too cold, but balanced weather. Okay? The example for this one is your ferns and mosses. Okay? So again, there are how many types of asexual reproduction? We have 3 types of asexual reproduction, everyone. We have what? Bacon. What's the 3 types of asexual reproduction?
Budding.
Okay, next.
Fragmentation.
And
Spore Formation.
very good. So those are the 3 types of asexual reproduction. Okay, we have vegetative reproduction. So this vegetative reproduction, you are going to get parts from the plants. What parts are this? You're going to get the roots, the stem, and the leaf. Using just root, stem, and your leaf, you are going to produce new plants. How are you going to produce new plants? We have 2 methods. First one, natural method. The second one is artificial method. When you say natural method, you have roots, the stems. In stems, you have rhizomes, bulbs, tubers, and cords. And then, the last one for the natural method, you have leaves. These are natural methods. You're going to get the roots, the stems, the leaves, and put it in the soil. Put it in the soil to grow. Okay? And then for artificial method, we have cutting, grafting, layering, tissue, culture. Okay, I'm going to show you examples of this one. Okay, so let's start with natural method. Okay, for natural method, we have the roots. Okay, when you say the roots, you are going to get the roots of the plant. Okay, for this one, this is the root of the sweet potato. Okay, you're going to put it in the soil and then it's going to grow into a new plant. This is the root of dahlia. When you put it inside the soil, it will grow into a new plant. We have asparagus, the roots of the asparagus. When you plant it, it will grow into a new plant. So you're just going to use the old or the roots of the plants and plant it, and then it will become a new plant. Okay, so this is an example of natural method. Next one, we have for stems. For stems, this is the most common. This is the most common on natural method. So we have for runners, we have oxalis, and grass. We have chrysanthemum and mint and vallisneria. And then for underground stem, we have rhizomes, bulbs, tubers, and combs. Okay, so oxalis and grass. So you remember here, you are just going to use the stem, okay? Just the stem, okay? Oh, sorry. So you're just going to use the stem. Horizontal stem will produce new roots. In oxalis and grass, it will produce new roots just because of the stem. Also for chrysanthemum and mint, you are also going to use the stem of chrysanthemum and mint to make new plants. Also for Vallisneria, just the stem, arch stem, which cross over the small obstacles, develop new plantlets. So just by using the stems, you can make new plants. Okay, next, we have the rhizomes. So these are actually stems. For example, your ginger. How do you say ginger in Thai? This one. Your ginger. Your turmeric. Your banana. These are stems. Turmeric, this is banana. These are stems, okay? Also the onion. These are stems. Maybe you're going to say, that's roots, teacher. No, they're not roots. They are the stems. By using the stems of these plants, your ginger, your turmeric, your banana, you can produce new plants. Okay? So this is also natural method. Next one, we have tubers. Okay, for tubers, this is potato. So maybe you can observe in the potato, like there are small circles in the body of the potato. So those small circles are called eyes. Okay, this eyes will give or produce new plants. This is where it's going to produce new plants, in the eyes. Okay, so again, this is tubers. The potatoes are tubers. The buds in the eyes give rise to new plants. Okay, and then we have for combs or corms. So from this ugly piece here, it will become a new plant. This will be what it's going to look like. A very beautiful flower. Okay, so lots of rhizomes join, which develop into new plants. This is an example of orchid. Okay, so these are natural methods. And then we have the last example of natural method, the leaves. Okay, Bacon, can you please read for me?
Leaf develop small but called adventitious
Adventitious.
buds on their margin. This grow into new plant once get touched with soil.
Yes, okay. So with the leaves develop small buds. Okay, these are the buds here. Let me show you. These are the buds of the leaves, this one. So in these small buds, this is called adventitious buds. Okay, these small buds in the leaves are going to produce these new plants. Okay, these are the new plants that it's going to develop. But it's going to develop if you are going to plant it in the soil, huh? Not just leave on the table, but you need to plant it in the soil. Okay? So these are the examples of natural method. Let's go to artificial method. So for cutting, we have this one. The first artificial method is cutting. Okay, so cutting a new or a part of the plant. Of course, this one is your parent plant. And then you are going to cut it with the blade, not by scissors, but by blade. And the one that you cut, you are going to plant it in a new pot. Okay, you're going to plant it in a new pot. And then what it's going to become, it's going to become a new plant. Okay, so that is cutting. And then the next one, we have grafting. So grafting is you are going to cut a part of the plant, and then you are going to keep it, and then it will also become a new plant. So that is grafting. And then the next one, we have layering. So when you say layering, you are like spreading the plants. So from one parent plant, you are going to spread this one. Okay, like this one, you spread. And then it has a new plant, or it forms a new plant. And then the last example of artificial method, we have tissue culture. The ones that do this tissue culture are the scientists. So you get the sample scraped from the parent plant. This is your parent plant. You scrape it, the sample. And then these tissue samples are placed in the agar growth medium containing the nutrients for it to stay alive. And then, of course, the samples develop into tiny platelets, and then you are going to transfer the tiny platelets. So this is used usually if you want to make a new variety of plant. Okay, when you want to make a new variety of plant. So for example, you want to make a new variety of banana, you can do tissue culture. Okay, you can do tissue culture. Okay, so these are the examples of artificial method. So again, in artificial method, we have, what's the artificial method, Chiwik?
Cutting, grafting, layering, tissue culture.
Okay, and then for natural method, we have the roots, stems. For the stems, we have the rhizomes, bulbs, tubers, corms, and then we have the leaves. These are the natural method, okay? So what I want you to do now is I want you to get your books and open it to page 46, everyone. Open your books to page 46. So we are going to answer the graphic organizer. Okay, who wants to answer number one? Number one, number two, and number three. These are what? I'm going to give you an answer for number one. Number one, you have light. Number two, bacon. What's the answer?
Yes. Like
What's the answer, bacon?
uh,
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 Starts with letter C. What do you need in photosynthesis?
C C C
It's What? Who wants to help bacon? Chiwik, you know this one. Starts with letter C.
C, Chlorophyll.
Yes. Okay. So for number 2, this is chlorophyll. Okay. For number 3, bacon. It also starts with letter C. 2 words. CD.
Sun.
Ah, starts with letter C. Sun.
C.
C and D, 2 words. Starts with letter C. The first word is letter C. Yes, bacon. C, D.
Carbon.
Okay, carbon what?
Dioxide.
Huh?
Carbon dioxide.
Okay, carbon dioxide. Okay, so this 4, light, chlorophyll, water, and carbon dioxide are the ones that you need for what? For what aim? The ones that you need for, starts with letter P. What's letter P? Letter P, aim. Photo.
Photosynthesis.
Okay, photosynthesis. Okay, so when you transport water, what is that called? The transport of water, what is that called? What is that called? Transpy what? Civic.
Aspiration.
Yes, transpiration. And we have types of vascular tissues. Xylem and what? What, bacon?
Phloem.
Phloem, okay. And then we have the types of nutrients. We have micro and what? Starts with letter micronutrients and mac what? Micro is small, right? And then how do you say big?
Big.
How do you say big? Micro is small. The big one is mac. If you can answer this one, I will give you +10.
Nutrient.
What?
Macronutrient.
Macronutrients. Very good. We have the macronutrients. Okay. And then we have the types of reproduction of plants. We have sexual reproduction, and the last one is the one that we talked today. Starts with letter A. A, reproduction. What's that? What did we talk about today? A what? Anyone can answer. Asexual. Very good. Asexual reproduction. And when you say asexual reproduction, we have natural method and what? You remember grafting, layering?
Artificial.
Artificial. And when you say sexual reproduction, the process of sexual reproduction we have starts with letter P. Remember when the insects transfer it from another plant?
Pollination.
Pollination. And letter 11, number 11 is what? Dispersal of fruits and seeds. Okay. So please answer this one. And if you're finished, please tell me. Okay, and if you're finished, you can go out from our Zoom class, but don't forget to send your work or your activity. And for the students that didn't send all their activities yet, please send it now because I am going to collect the points. If you're finished, please tell me.
finish.
Finish.
Okay, you can go out from the Zoom class. Don't forget to send your work.
Make album or no?
Yes, please make an album. Okay, so are you gonna go back to school? Bacon and Chiwik, are you gonna go back to school? Okay. How about Aim? Are you finished?
Finish.
Okay, you can go out from the Zoom class. How about Guy? Are you finished?
Finish.
Okay, so you can go out from the Zoom class. Don't forget to send your work. How about Kim and JJ? Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay, you can go out from the Zoom class now. Okay, so goodbye, Chiwik. Please don't forget to send your work.